Hi there, and a very good evening to you. This is Talk, and it is Petrie here with you until 1 o'clock. Just to let you know that Claire Muldoon will be here very shortly. She'll be here in about 15 minutes' time. Now, though, let's turn our attention to movies, and Van Connor. Hello, Van.
Hello, Petrie. I've not spoken to you since your birthday. Did you have a good one?
Do you know what? I can't remember. No, it was good. It was very nice, thank you. I had two, actually, because I'm like the Queen, so I had two. But thank you very much. It was lovely, and thank you for your message as well. It meant a lot.
Oh, it's, happy to be included.
Now, tell me about Wild Robot. This looks incredibly soppy to me.
I'm very, very excited to tell you about the Wild Robot, because I only just finished watching it about an hour and a half ago.
Why are you crying?
I'm fresh out of this, and believe me, I've only just mopped up the tears. Believe me.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay, so, new movie from Chris Sanders has come from the world of animation, has done other things outside of that, but most recently did the Harrison Ford Call of the Wild movie, you know, Harrison Ford and the dog in the wilderness. Directed that, has co-written and directed this adaptation of the best-selling children's novel that sees a robot named Roz crash during a hurricane, a typhoon-type, you know, natural weather phenomenon, crash on an island that has wildlife but no human beings, and is basically a service droid. So wanders around through all the animals asking, hey, does anyone need anything? What can I do for you? What do you need? But of course, they're animals. They don't speak to her. She takes 5 minutes, goes into learning mode, and learns how to talk to animals. Goes full Doolittle. Because, you know, robot.
Yeah.
And then gets attacked by a bear, accidentally destroys a bird's nest, and finds herself having to raise a baby chick, literally from egg form, and becomes the robotic surrogate mum to a struggling gosling. Not chick, a gosling. Sorry, terrible with birds. Great year for birds. Because seeing worse about me written on men's room walls, to be fair. But yeah, so as Roz is trying to, you know, fulfill her task, which is to look after, to raise and nurture and send this gosling off on, you know, his eventual, like, destiny. He has to go and join the migration, etc. She also has to contend with a sort of identity crisis as to, even though she is fulfilling a task, she is also a parent. What does this mean? What does that involve? What are these strange feelings that are starting to occur within her you know, cyber matrix? You get the idea. And I should mention, she is voiced by Lupita Nyong'o in a cast that also includes Pedro Pascal, Matt Berry, Mark Hamill, Ving Rhames, and features some of the coolest, most gorgeous-looking animation you've maybe ever seen, let alone seen in years. I've got a clip for you, though, and this is Fink the Fox and Roz trying to name the baby gosling.
So what are you going to name him?
I assign to you, Gosling, 0001.
Okay, that sucked.
That sucks. Whoa.
You gotta learn to make stuff up. Come on, find that woo inside you.
Searching.
Woo, 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 woo.
Anything yet?
No.
Just have a little fun for once.
Gosling, 0186. There. You see what I did? His numbering is out of sequence.
Oh, that does look very sweet, actually, Van, I have to say.
It's adorable.
It is beautiful. The animation is absolutely gorgeous. Let's talk about The Apprentice, though. This isn't the TV show. Please tell me it's not that.
It's not a TV show, but it is about Donald Trump, hence the title. So, this is set in the late 1970s, early 1980s. This stars Sebastian Stan, Bucky from the Marvel movies. You know, you'll have seen him in The Martian. Quite recently, he was in A Different Man as well, The Martian, things like that. So he is young Donald Trump, and this is the story of when Donald Trump was the apprentice, when he had a mentor. His mentor, of course, being the late Roy Cohn, who taught him, as the movie depicts to us, all of the little traits that would go on to make him Donald Trump as we know him. This is literally the Donald Trump origin story.
Wow.
As played on screen by Sebastian Stan, and with none other than Jeremy Strong from Succession as Roy Cohn. You've also got Maria Bakalova from the Borat sequel as Ivanka Trump as well. And there's a murderous row of little appearances here and there from actors playing people that we know are going to be important in decades to come. But really, the only one you need to pay attention to is Martin Donovan, who plays the late, great Fred Trump, his domineering father. And this is a warts and all biopic that is really not holding back about the stories of the day, let's say. So I've got a clip for you. This is, you'll have seen this clip in the marketing, I'm sure. This is Donald Trump becoming Donald Trump for the first time in a phone interview about a building he is planning to buy in the late 70s.
Listen, Judy, about 100 reporters were crawling up my ass to get this interview, and I gave you the exclusive. Yes, hello, Judy. This is Donald Trump. I'm very excited to talk to you.
Be excited. Donald, now that the lawsuit is behind you, what do you want to do next?
Well, I intend to acquire the Commodore, and I'm planning on making it the best and the finest building in the city, maybe the country, in the world. Judy, in the world, it's going to be the finest building in the world. It's going to be a spectacular hotel, absolutely spectacular, first class, and...
That sounds very ambitious. Where do you get the drive? You're still so young, Donald.
I got flair, and I'm smart, so I think that's going to make me...
I think this will be quite interesting. I think I'd quite like to see this. Where can I see this? Is this in cinemas now, or is this... This
is going to be... Both of these films are opening wide on Friday. I do think The Apprentice, because I took a friend to the premiere with me. It was the first UK screening, and he happened to be free at the time. I was like, come on, I've got Donald Trump on around the corner, let's go. And we both thought this is going to be just parodic as hell. And it isn't. It's not the impersonation that you think it is,
no.
But it's absolutely the indictment that it needs to be. It's a film that's going to play very, very differently a month from now.
Yeah.
If one version of the election happens. If he loses the election, the film is going to stay as it is. If he wins the election, I don't know how this film is going to play, because the film has quite clearly been geared towards the idea of this is a film that gets released in a world in which Donald Trump does not become president for a second time. That being said, however, as you can see from the clip, although Sebastian Stan has the mannerisms down, he has the physicality, and he has the lips and the mouth movement and everything down, he's not doing the voice, but he's doing the patois. And that's the distinction. You get that with Jeremy Strong as well when he's doing Roy Cohn. Like, he has the patois down, but it's not an impersonation. And I think that's a very fine line to walk. It's a very specific line.
Yeah, because it would have been so easy to just impersonate, wouldn't it? And then become a little bit comedic.
You could just get Alec Baldwin in for that, couldn't you? Yeah,
I mean, he is the best. He's better than Donald Trump, actually. Is this something that Donald Trump would be happy with?
No, Donald Trump and his team have been attempting to shut this movie down since pretty much the minute it first screened. I believe they sent out about 1 billion cease and desist letters. It had a nightmare of a time finding a distributor. It played at film festivals earlier this year and was very notable in that it was a film about a subject matter this prominent, this mainstream, and it could not find a distributor until very much the 11th hour. It is being released now. It's being released very specifically before the election, I think, because obviously the outcome of that election is going to change, I think, the depiction of the movie. I think the perception of the movie will change.
Will it change voting, though? I mean, that'll be one of the reasons, presumably, that they didn't want it to come out now, although the MAGA lot probably won't go and see it.
I mean, you know me, I don't generally get into politics, but I will say, if you're the kind of person who just believes any old schlop that's put on a film, then odds are you're the kind of person that will believe the rhetoric and vote for Trump anyway, in which case this might actually counteract that. So there's always hope.
There's always a chance, isn't there? I mean, we've got November 5th, that the election of fireworks night. I mean, that couldn't be more appropriate, could it?
Rishi missed this trick. See, he should have greenlit a Kia movie in advance, and he might have won the election.
Yeah, well, there you go. You just never... What a boring film that would have been, blimey.
But really would have.
Yeah. But let's I mean, I think I will watch... I'm not sure about The Wild Robot, because it might make me sad.
Do, it's so good.
Oh, I know, but I don't want to be sad. The Apprentice I will definitely watch, but my mind is already made up, so this will probably just endorse what I already think.
Same, to be fair.
Yeah.
Although, can I just give a shout out to
honest.
Maria Bakalova as well?
Yeah.
Maria Bakalova as Ivanka Trump, I think she's terrific in this, and I have always been quite dismissive of her as a serious actress. Outside of the Borat thing and like Guardians, where she's doing comedy, I've always been quite dismissive, so I'm prepared to eat my hat on this one. She has proven me wrong. Hats off to her.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, that's nice, isn't it, when actors actually just do something a bit different. You go, oh, that's interesting. Just quickly, Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson teaming up for a story-inspired musical. He is a good singer.
Well, I mean, if you're going to get anyone, get The Greatest Showman, right? Like, if you're going to be in a musical with anyone, like, go and hire The Greatest Showman.
I've just watched Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way.
Excellent choice. Excellent. Didn't we? I think we reviewed that together, didn't we?
It was fantastic. I laughed all the way through.
We've got this new one, which is Song Sung Blue, and this is apparently based on a real story of a couple who are having marital troubles and sort of came back together over their shared love of Neil Diamond and set up a Neil Diamond tribute band. And this is the subject of the musical. The musical is a Neil Diamond.
I love Neil Diamond.
With Hugh Jackman. So we're going to have to sit through Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson singing Sweet Caroline at some point in the next couple of years.
Who wouldn't want to sit through that? I mean, come on, man. That is almost a dream for me. I didn't even know that I had that dream. And now that I know that it's possible, that is a dream of mine.
I give them 15 minutes before they sing Mandy. 15 minutes max. 15 minutes. Come on. They got to Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting in 10 in the Elton John one. They can get to Mandy in 15 in Barry Manilow.
I reckon they can.
Oh, no, Barry Manilow was Mandy, wasn't he? Not Neil Diamond.
Yes, it was Manilow. I mean, when is this coming to us?
They've only just signed on like this past couple of days, so there's not actually a set release date or anything for this yet, I think. I think, to be honest, it's one of those projects where the green lighting of it is dependent on casting, so it's not something that's been locked down for a release date in advance. Well,
I'll be very excited to see that and hear what you've got to say about it. Van Connor, thank you very much indeed. Van Connor, our film critic there, The Wild Robot and The Apprentice. They were our movie choices for this evening.